same, everything's different, but it's the same as it always was. It's the same, but is it different? I don't know, maybe it is, but we can't tell until everything's kicked in. So hello, how are you? It's a week since I last saw you, and what's happened? Ooh, I don't know. Has everything changed or has everything changed? It's difficult to know. Good evening. I'm doing well, but I stayed up on Thursday night to watch the election, and I fell asleep probably about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then I woke up and my phone was in my hand, and I was like, oh. And then I realised that for some reason it had paused, so I was about an hour behind on it. So I forwarded it to see what the election was. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what happened. Hooray! So I'm still getting over the lack of sleep. I did sleep a little bit, obviously, but not much sleep, so I need more sleep. Hello, Philip. So I need to sort myself out and I look rough. I know that. I'm very aware of that. Very rough indeed. But I haven't practiced this still. My keyboard is still every week I think I should do something of that, and every week I don't. I tried to do the chords to Pink Pony Club. Have you heard that? That's one of the chords, but it's deeper than that, like that. But then I was trying to do a tutorial by looking at somebody playing it upside down, and it was like, and they were sort of twisting their hands. I was like, what you're doing? I don't know what I'm doing, so that's not helping me, is it? It's not helping me at all. That's not right. That's probably not the chords at all. One of them might be, but who even knows? Anyway, it's been a week. A week, and I don't know what's happening. I've been trying to prepare for my show in Edinburgh by digging up my old flyer and sticking on some new logos for 2024, because it's more or less the same show. It's a different show every day. If you come to see me, then you can sort of request. It's like I've got a load of old shows that I can do, or I can do a brand new show, or I can do something that's a bit of a hybrid of all of them. Or if you've stumbled in by mistake, then if the show that you thought was there, I'll do that. I'm not bothered. If you've got like the Edinburgh book or the Free Fringe book, or the Big Fringe book, and you just open it at the page and go, that's the show I'd like to see, but it costs 200 quid. Do it for me here. So I'll do it for you there as best I can without actually copyright infringing any of the people that did that original show, because I probably won't have seen it and I won't know anyway. It'll just be like, well, let's see what I can do with that basic idea. So that's what I'm going to do, which is more or less what I do here as well. Except no, it's like, if anyone requests anything, I will do it, but nobody does. Nobody ever does. So I just do anything that I want to do. That's a nice chord. That sounds like something. I don't know what it sounds like. It sounds like something. It definitely sounds like something. Now, one day I will learn how to play that and it'll be all amazing. Thank you for the 2 thumbs up. There was nobody waiting when I started switching this on. I thought nobody's coming, but 4 of you have come here to. So I just dig out my guitar, which is only marginally better. So you have no demands. Nobody's got demands of me. Nobody's got demands. It's got me just as well. We're built on shifting sounds, and this sounds like the same chords I was doing on the piano, which is weird. Maybe I only know 4 chords in any situation. But we can keep going. We can keep going on, doing things that make us happy or not. troublemakers. Very sad. Very sad. Yeah. It's all very much of a once. Ooh, it's just such an election song. There was an election, and some people won, and some people definitely didn't win. And some people won some stuff but still complained, and some people didn't win anything and didn't complain, but mostly there were people that lost their jobs. Some of them went home, and some of them stayed in bed, and some of them went to the pub, and some of them decided to go and don't know. I don't know what they did, but they did. I don't know who you voted for. I hope the person you voted for got in. Unless they were horrible, in which case I hope they didn't. But only you can know. Only they can know. Only they can know if they're horrible or not. Because everyone thinks they're good. Even the baddies think they're good. Presumably. Does anyone think they're bad? Does anyone genuinely go around going, I'm going to do bad things? Only pretending. I suppose there must be people like that. Very bad people. But most people think they're doing the best. Most people think they're doing the best for everyone. Most people want everyone to do what they want to do. And if anyone wants to do what they don't want to do, then they think that they are the bad people. But the other people do one thing and you do another thing, and maybe that's what makes you a bad person. Making everybody do what you want to do, even though you think it's the right thing to do. It's not. It's the right thing for you, but it's not the right thing for anyone else. And you want other people to suffer as long as you're getting something. And even if you don't get anything, as long as they're not getting anything, then you're happy. Maybe that's what makes you bad. But you think that you're doing the right thing for yourself, your right thing for you, and your mum, and your dad, and your son, and your daughter, and your mother-in-law, and you lead them to slaughter, but you don't care as long as the other people don't get what they wanted. And that's what you do, and that's politics for you, and that's politics for you, that's politics for you. Yeah, as long as you don't get less than the other people, then it's sort of a win. I don't know. But then there's been a lot of talk about making sure that everyone gets their fair piece of the pie. It's like, we knew the situation going in. Happy blessed Sunday to you. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe some people do think they're bad, but they don't want people to know. But it's just like, they're never guessed my cunning plan. But they're very, I mean, the people that have got bad intentions, it's usually sort of written all over their face. You can see what they're doing, or you should do. Yeah, I suppose there's a lot of people that are very good at persuading other people that they've got good intentions when they really don't have good intentions. But, you know who they are, or do you? Because, I can't tell you who to vote for, and even if I did, it's a little bit too late now, because it's been and gone. In Britain anyway, although it's not been and gone, it's in the process in France, and it's in the future, very near future, in the America, the US of the A. And there's probably other elections going on. I've just noticed my lips smack a lot. I don't know whether I need to drink something. It's like, it's just very annoying. It's very annoying for me. I don't know whether it's a recent thing or I've just noticed it. But I'm just going to drink some lemonade. It's actually not lemonade, it's limeade. And then I smack my lips even more, going yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yes, so sorry about annoying you with that. So my hair is going all over the place. I don't know whether it's just, I'm trying to do something with it, and it's just not doing anything at the moment. So that's why I had it up, and it didn't make any difference because it still looks a total mess. I was making some TikTok videos, and everyone's like, "Ugh, I'm not listening to you. You should brush your hair," as if you're not allowed to have an opinion unless your hair is lovely and shiny and straight and glowing. Well, I'm sorry. So I tried, and then I didn't have a brush. I had a comb. So I said, well, I'll comb my hair. And it was like, that's not even a brush. It's like, I am aware it's not a brush. I've already said if I brush my hair, it goes, it's rubbish. So I recently bought a comb, and it made very little difference to anything. It sort of flattened it, and then it just went all sort of foofy again. So, what am I supposed to do about that? Not an awful lot. I don't know whether it's the weather, the humidity, the changing water. It's very soft water in Britain. Oh, thank you very much. Have I tried Pepsi? Of course I've tried Pepsi. We do have it in... We're not in the back of beyond in the UK. We have Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and Sprite and all of the things that you have in America, and even more so because we have baked beans on toast, which Americans pour scorn on. You should pour baked beans on. I'm not a fan of baked beans. I know a lot of people are, but I can still take umbrage. It's like, how dare you make fun of our baked beans on toast? I'm not a fan of toast because I'm gluten intolerant. I can eat the not gluten-y stuff, and beans are a bit of a meh. But they have their place. Usually, you need some cheese. Oh, I've smacked my lips again. You need cheese and chili or something to make it actually taste nice, like sriracha or something like that. Something a little bit more peppy, because they're a bit bland, even the good quality ones. So beans on toast we've got as well. I don't recommend drinking that in the way that you would drink Pepsi. I'm more of a Pepsi Max sort of person. If I was going to drink any of them, other drinks are available. I'm just saying, if I was going to drink a drink of that caliber, but I don't, because it's a branded one, and I tend to get the off-brand ones that taste just the same, like the own brand ones. The knockoff versions taste exactly the same. And also they've got, whoops, things are falling over. The phosphorus in those sort of drinks. I'm a bit worried that it'll turn my teeth glowy green, and I'll be like, aha, and I'll be glow in the dark, and it melts your bones. Phosphorus, it probably doesn't do that. I've that urban legend about if you leave some teeth in a glass overnight, they'll dissolve. They probably won't, but I don't want to risk it. And once you're past a certain age, you probably don't want your bones in your teeth to dissolve. Or any age. To be honest, I'm not sure whether there's any age where you would want that to happen. But certainly as you get older and older, the risk of that happening spontaneously is more. And I fell over, and my ankle's just about getting better. It's like I fell over more than a month ago. And I thought that my ankle, I think it popped out of its socket, to be honest. I don't think I broke anything, but it's still not entirely 100,000,000% better. It's not even 100% better. There's not 100,000,000% of anything. You can't have more than 100%, as seen in the producers. You can't have more than 100% max. Yeah. Anyway, just sell shares in my ankle. Just go along that lines. It's like, yes, you don't want to sell shares in my ankle. It would be a fool's errand. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But yeah, so sprained ankles take longer to heal. Yes, they do. And my other one took, when I fell over on this one, it took ages longer, and I was hobbling around for ages and ages. It took more than a year to get better on that one. And obviously, because I'm putting more pressure on that, it's like, oh, it's not, maybe still not 100% better. But I honestly think it wasn't just sprained. I mean, it was all swollen up. I think it had popped out of its socket, because I sort of pushed it back in the next day, and it was like, well, that hurts less. So I think it definitely was out for a little while. So yeah. So yeah, that's good. It's good that it went back in, really. So it's been a week. Still smacking my lips. It's lip smacking. There's lots of fast foods that are that. website goes, you can't get any Mexican food in Europe, which is absolutely not true. In fact, I just had some Mexican food that I made myself. It wasn't really Mexican food. It was corn tortillas, it was avocado, it was sriracha, which isn't really Mexican, and it was some plant-based chicken. It was herb and lemon, and some goat cheese. So to be honest, that wasn't really very Mexican, was it? Mexican-ish. But you can get Mexican food, you can get all sorts of Mexican food. You can get anything you want. It's like, oh wow, there's terrible food in Britain. It's like, no, you can just look around a little bit more and make an effort, because you can either make it yourself because the ingredients are freely available, or you can go anywhere you want. You can have anything you want. Name a food. I guarantee that I've eaten it. That might be a bit of a boast, but I've probably eaten that type of food. Name a food that you think I wouldn't have tried, because I'm mostly living in Britain. I have been to America. We ordered Chinese food the first time that I went to New York, and it wasn't very good, to be honest. It's like, oh, you'll love this, much better than British Chinese food. It wasn't. Reader, they lied. It was more expensive. And I also went to Chinatown. The stuff in Chinatown wasn't bad. Oh my goodness, thank you very much, Chase. Whoa, yes, now I can have any fast food I desire. Any of it, thank you very much. That's very handy also, because I paid for the accommodation for Edinburgh, which was more than I'd anticipated. My mum was like, we'll give you some money, but they gave me a tiny bit. Thank you very much, parents. Not as much as it cost. But it's all paid for now, so it's all to come. Now, I'm not expecting to make any money in Edinburgh, because it's a free show, a free to enter show, but it's like, tip me. So I've got to download some sort of like cash app or something, so people can if they want to. But I'm probably going to put like a little code on the flyers. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Chase. I'm probably going to put a little code on the flyers. So it's so I've got coffee. I always want to say Kofi, like Kofi Annan. Used to be the yeah, it's not coffee, K-O-F-I. I've got that, but I've not used it. I set it up and I'm like, I do that. I've got PayPal. I've got this. I've got that. Or because people don't have spare change anymore. It used to be that we had to have a bucket and you go, oh, spare the change, and oh, people like to give, oh, I think this show's worth a £5, or you'd be paying £20 if you went to see this in the West End. You'd be paying £50 if you know, and so I think you can spare a £5 or whatever. But thank you very much for the £5. But to be honest, people didn't really give that. I think the average was about £1 when people had that. But now, nobody carries spare change about. It used to be like that when we had the bucket to collect at the end, that people would like throw in their pennies or foreign coins or whatever. And, oh, thank you very much. £5, I get a load of spare change, and I got a few Thai coins. I got one, and loads of, and I was like, that's probably because that the Lady Boys of Bangkok were on the Meadows, and there was a sort of direct route between my venue and some other venue, and maybe people were going from there. I don't know. I don't think there were any lady, but I don't know what that was, because the audience wouldn't have had Thai. I don't know why there were Thai coins hanging around. There just were, and a lot of times the other shows would get pennies and 2p in their bucket, and they would just cast them aside. So at the end of the run, I've probably said this before, at the end of the run, at the backstage area, if there was one, there was just strewn around loads of spare pennies and 2p's. It's like, well, sometimes I'd scoop it up and donate it to the Free Fringe, and sometimes it was like, I'll just take it. So I had buckets full of everybody else's discarded pennies. So that was, what does that? Let's celebrate the third super on a live stream. Third super on a live stream. Yay! My goodness, yeah. Well done. It says, let's celebrate. It's the third super. I don't know what that is, but well done for the third super on a live stream. very much, Chase. And the other person that gave, I can't remember who it was. It'll come back up again in a minute. Third super on a live stream, amazing. So yay, yay, yay today. Everybody's generous. Nobody said what food that they don't think I would have eaten. So that was what we were going. What food do you think I wouldn't be able to get in Britain that you think is a food that celebrate your awesomeness? Thank you very much, Chase. Awesome. So what food do you think that I wouldn't be able to get in Britain that you can get wherever you live? Nobody's gonna. So do you think I can't eat? So guacamole I've just made, basically. Yeah, you can make it in various ways. I know sometimes you get tomato in it and sometimes you don't. And sometimes you've got lots of chili and sometimes you don't. And I didn't have cilantro, which we call coriander, which I know that you can get coriander, dried coriander, but we also call the leaves coriander. I know that's confusing. It's the same. Somebody put a video up that I saw that said, this is a buoy and this is a boy. This is a picture of a boy, a man-child, and this is a buoy, which is it's a thing that floats in the water, and I won't have it any other way. It's like, well, in this country they're both boys. Everything's a boy. So we have a lot of it's like there's a lot of things that are called the same thing in this country, and that is confusing. But you know, it's all about context. Everything's context. You think you don't understand, but you need the context. Context makes all the difference in the world. Everybody needs context. If you have a great big paper bag, then you find that I don't have any idea what I'm doing with the song at all. There's no context to it at all. You've got to have context. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Maybe the context is I'm completely tired from not sleeping properly on Thursday night. It's just like, just completely whoa. So it's been an interesting week, all in all. I mean, the political landscapes, has it changed? The same amount of people seem to be supporting the same amount of parties. There's one particular party that's got a lot less support, and there's one that's got the same amount as the predecessor to their party, but it's like, well, look how many we've got. It's like, well, you were called something else 2 names ago, and you got more or less the same amount of votes then, whatever. And there's another one that everyone's like, they've got more votes than they've had since, more seats in Parliament than they've had since 1924. But they didn't exist in 1924 because it was a completely different party. There's been a different party and they've only been existing. The Lib Dems have only existed since the late 80s. So maybe even after that, because there was the SDP and the Liberals and they got together and they sort of, and then some Liberals moved off and the Lib Dems did this. So they weren't existing in 1924. So they've done better than that because they didn't exist at that point. And the Greens got 4 seats. 4 seats. They only had 1 before the seats. But now they've got the 4 seats. So everybody's gone green. Not everybody, but Bristol went green. So Hereford went green. Brighton Pavilion was already green, and somewhere else went green as well, but I can't remember what that was. It was somewhere. But all the seasides went to sort of light blue. There's a weird thing flying in the sky. It might be a bird. It might be... Oh, thank you, Chase. Good Lord. Thank you very much. Woo! Chase is on the ball today. Thank you very much. So yeah, it's been a bit of a week. So nobody wants to talk about food though. Buttery. Ooh. A buttery. A buttery You had a buttery. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a buttery? Is that just like a canteen? Buttery at Grey College. Yes. It's out of context. Right, a buttery seems to be like a canteen, isn't it? Like a place where you go and eat things. I think we had just a student hall place that you could go and eat things. You had to pay, obviously. A couple of different places. Oh, it's like a tuck shop. Oh, yeah, we had sort of like that. We had we had a little hole in the wall. You can go and get baked potatoes and things like that in the student union bit, and then there was like a canteen downstairs where you could get more wholesome, full food. But the student union also had little things up where you could see what all the socks were, all the socks, not like socks that you put on your feet, the clubs and socks, the societies, all the different societies. Ollie from back in the day. It is Ollie from back in the day. Ollie from back in the day who a tree fell in his garden. Fortunately, nobody was there. And they had the garage taken down. Ooh, so there was a garage in the garden when I lived there, and a big tree, a big eucalyptus tree that didn't have any koalas in it. And it always looked like it was going to fall and crush the garage. But the garage got moved and there was nothing to support it, and then it fell into the garden. Everyone's safe. Everyone's sound. Nothing bad happened. Hopefully. But that's the trouble with eucalyptus. Is they're very dry. They suck up all the water from the ground, so nothing can grow around them. They've got all the water. So when that's gone, you'll probably be able to grow cabbages and lilies and narcissus and daffodils and wheat and corn and all sorts of beautiful things. You can grow cotton and you can grow irises, and you can grow calla lilies too, and you can grow peas, and you can grow beans, you can grow anything you want to now that the eucalyptus has gone. The eucalyptus is gone. Hooray. Oxford has a buttery, so Oxford has a buttery, Cambridge has a buttery, Durham has a buttery, Northampton, and a student union, because Northampton wasn't posh. I didn't go to a posh college. There were people that transferred in the second year. They especially went up and they went to Oxford and Cambridge in the second year. And I remember saying, oh, why would they want to do that? Because they had a list of the canon that Oxford and Cambridge taught in their English literature, and we were like, oh, look at them, we do so much more. Oh, look at what we do, we're all modern. I did want to go to Oxford and Cambridge, but I was like, hooey, look at them with their all highfalutin ways. Would have loved to go to Oxford and Cambridge. I actually almost did. I applied to Cambridge, but I didn't have a bus fare to go to the interview. And they phoned me up, and I was like, oh, sorry. And they're like, you should have told us. It's like, oh, I held hope. Right till the last second, I held out the hope that I'd have the money, that it'd somehow be given to me from above. And it didn't. I didn't have any money, and I couldn't go. What I missed by not having the bus fare. I could have been Prime Minister by now, except obviously all the people in the Parliament now went to comprehensive, just like me. I did all normal jobs, a little bit like me. To be honest, I haven't done any normal jobs. Well, I did. Being a teaching assistant, that's a normal job. That's a normal everyday job. But apart from that, I was a journalist, a poet, I was an actor and a comedian. I've been an artist and a writer and all sorts of things like that. But else have I done? A journalist. I have not done anything normal. Except for being a teaching assistant. That's a normal job. But jack that in. Because it's too normal for me. Yes, I'm all of those things. Poet, I'm all those things. I'm a Renaissance person. All those things. I have written poetry that's been published. So I've been paid for it. I've been paid to act. I've been paid to be funny. I've been paid for things like that. Paid to write. Can you imagine it? And now I'm just sitting here all alone at night. But actually, I'm being paid for this mostly by Chase. Thank you very much, Chase. But oh, look at my face. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So yeah, so this is a nice week, really. It's been a nice week. It's a nice surprise. We've had a change in government and everything looks happy and jolly. And oh, we'll have the magic money tree will throw us down from on high. All us plebs that went to all the comprehensives. We'll get what we deserved. Yay. We'll have all sorts of public services and apparently the railway is going to be nationalized and we're going to have like public gas and electricity and stuff. Way! So it's all good. So thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Chase. It's all, yes, that's nice. I can't. Yeah, other people are there too, but bless you too. Everyone has a lovely time this week, I hope, and I'll go and seek out some exotic food to make, and I'll stuff my face with it. Oh, look at all that, all from Moroccan food and all sorts of food. God, what other foods are available? Australian food. What's Australian food? Eucalyptus! Ah, send me the eucalyptus that fell in your garden, Ollie. I'll eat it all up. All right, I will see you next week. Have a lovely week and enjoy yourself because it is later than you think. Bye-bye.